Hello, staff, and welcome to our newest professional development module. This module will be over the ethical use of information. Our objectives today are at the end of this presentation, staff will have an understanding of the ethical use of information and how to protect themselves when using the work of others. We will briefly review plagiarism, copyright, and fair use, as well as ways to protect yourself, and a quick reminder at the end. Plagiarism is a process or practice of using another person's ideas or work and pretending that it's your own. You can protect yourself by putting it into your own words, using quotations, and always remember to cite the author or the creator. Copyright is the legal right to control the production and selling of a book, play, movie, photograph, or piece of music. To protect yourself, be aware of the copyright laws. Copy and use only what is allowed, and remember to cite the author or creator. Fair use are laws relating to the conditions in which someone can legally copy parts of a book, film, etc., without the permission of the company that made it or owns it. To protect yourself, do not copy the work in its entirety, and remember to cite the author or the creator. I found this copyright rules to remember poster on EduBlogs. It gives you 5 things or rules to remember about copyright. Number 1, just because you found it online doesn't mean it's free to use, even if you're a teacher or a student. Number 2, there are a lot of resources you can use freely, including work that has a Creative Commons license or is in the public domain. Number 3, you have the right as a creator to have your work protected from copying, and you can also give your own content a Creative Commons license. Number 4, if in doubt about using content, ask the creator for permission. Find a free alternative, purchase an alternative, or even make your own material. Number 5, instead of looking for loopholes, consider whether you're being the most responsible and ethical digital citizen you can be. I do want to give you a reminder. Now, we don't mind that you find things on Teachers Pay Teachers. It can be a great resource, but do be aware of those licenses that you're purchasing when you are buying those items on Teachers Pay Teachers. They have specific copyright rules labeled in there, and they want to make sure that you are purchasing licenses for the amount of teachers that are going to be using that particular item. For example, if you are on the 3rd grade team and you find a great resource and you want to share it with your team, do be aware that you need to purchase licenses for each of the teachers in your grade level. Some other ways that you can protect yourself when using online materials or putting things online for students to use a password protective space so that you're sharing to your class only. For example, Google Classroom. Now, we don't have that here in Newton County, but that could be a appropriate password protective space. Here in Newton County, we want you to use our LMS, which is Canvas, that allows only the students in your class to view those online documents. Use Creative Commons and websites that are connected to it, such as Flickr, Noun Project, Wikipedia, although be careful with Wikipedia because it is prone to hacking and is not always very accurate information. So make sure you kind of look at that before you link anything to Wikipedia. You can also use resources from government sites such as the National Archives and the Library of Congress. NASA would be another great website, especially those 4th graders when you're learning about space. Avoid making and distributing copies of entire books or workbooks, study guides, or an entire page of a textbook. In conclusion, if you have any doubt about whether you are allowed to copy something, you can ask permission from the publisher or the creator. Ensure you're familiar with those copyright and fair use laws. Always give credit where credit is due. Also, hanging in our teacher workroom are some posters about copyrights right there by the copier, so that you can have that to familiarize yourself with as well. A reminder, teachers, be sure to complete your copyright module through vector training. You have other modules as well to complete, but want to make sure you get that copyright module done. It will go over copyright again in more detail, has some quiz questions in there for you to answer, but it's a great way to also continue keeping copyright in your mind. Thank you for being part of our professional development today about copyright. It was just a brief reminder about the ethical use of information and how you can protect yourself.